What's good? I'm Nomad the Native, and you are tuned into The Snippet, a comfortable spot where we let the art spark the conversation. I link with artists, and we take a deep dive into the emotions and context that drive our creativity. So, join us as we connect, collaborate, and converse here on The Snippet. What's good? It's Nomad the Native here for yet another episode of The Snippet. Welcome. And also, welcome, my nigga.
What's up, bro?
Taariq. Welcome to The Snippet, my boy.
Thank you. Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
Can you do me a favor?
Mm-hmm.
And look at that camera right there and let them know who you are and what you do.
Word. So I'm Taariq Elliott. I am a producer, musician, software engineer, DJ, sound designer / sample maker. And I'm just all around, music guy. That's it.
Sample maker is a very special title because most niggas be samplers and not samplees.
Yeah.
Anyway, side note. And before I even get it, because you usually go into a snippet of a song to start off the episode, but I want to give you your flowers. You've been one of my favorite producers, eye to eye, one of my favorite producers since since I was introduced to your music. I wasn't even introduced to you first. I was introduced to your music.
Yeah.
And immediately so thank you, bro.
Appreciate you, man. Thank you, bro.
It's been an honor. It's an honor knowing you and working with you and an honor having you on the show. So with that being said, we're gonna start it off with a snippet of a song that you made. What song we playing? Tell me. Let me know. Let us know. What song we playing?
The song is a cover that, a one-to-one remake of Summer Madness from my project Ubiquity Black. It's called Summer Madness, Kwame's Regroove.
All right. Let's get to it.
No samples.
No samples. I'm going to talk about that later.
Yeah, let's get into it.
Nigga, I like that. Whoa, of course I like that. I be riding around to that shit.
I'm hip.
You said I'm hip. You know me well.
Yeah, I be seeing your stories, bro. You're a real one.
Of course.
Yeah.
Of course. So, what made you want to cover that song?
So, when was this? Had to be 2022, I believe. Having a conversation with one of my best friends about their friend's uncle in high school who actually played the synth on that song. So I was like, oh, that's cool. Going through, some sounds. I'm like, that's crazy. And then I had finished up my drum pack. I was dropping another drum kit for my Serious Frequency sound kits. And I was like, I want to make a promo for it. So I picked one of the drum kits, a drum loop set that I made, put it in FL Studio, and I was like, what could go good with this? So I went on YouTube just looking up soulful chords. I think that had came up. So I learned the chords, and I was like, okay, this is kind of a vibe. So let me learn how to the bass line. So I played the bass line, and then I was like, all right, but I need that synth sound, but I don't know how to make it. So I went on YouTube again, and I found a dude who remade the synth patch from scratch, and he had the actual keyboard. I had the VST, so I was let me see if this will work. It took me 30 minutes to reprogram it in my synth. Played it, and I was like, okay, yeah, it's a little something. And then I was like, all right, I need the strings. So I got another VST, and I learned the chords, which is basically the same chords as the Rhodes. Played those. Then I mixed it, did some EQs. Also, a K Tronada sample in there. I lied. but it's a very, very, very short sample from the very beginning of 99.9%. Like the very first song is just noise and like static and white noise. So I took that and looped it, and I was like, oh no, this sounds like a guitar. I don't know. I used to play guitar, but like I stopped. So yeah, that was basically it. I just wanted to make some soulful stuff, bass heavy, synth heavy, chord heavy, but like, with a new bounce in, this era that we have nowadays.
Yeah, because it definitely feels, it feels like the original, obviously, because you know what I mean. It's a recreation,
it's
but like the drums kind of give it like a different bounce to it.
Yeah,
and then like, yeah, dog, it's nice.
Appreciate it, bro. Thank you, bro.
So, thank you for sharing. Thank you for making shit.
That's real. That's real. That's very real.
I feel like it's important that we just kind of like celebrate each other for the like whatever, you know what I mean. I don't know. Maybe it's a me thing. Like I feel like niggas don't get enough acknowledgement for just doing their music.
Yeah.
And so easy. Just like every once in a while, like reach out to your mans and be like, "Hey, bro, that shit fire."
Yeah.
Cause who knows if like that particular homie that's working on music has anybody cheering for them, like anybody else cheering them on.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And like I know I be appreciating that shit. So
that's real. I understand that, bro. Definitely.
My nigga.
Yeah. My boy. Our man D, bro. It's my dog.
Okay. I kind of want to talk. I was thinking about gearing this conversation towards like producer as artist, right? Because I feel like a lot of producers get pushed to the background. They get looked at as backup or support to like a singer or a rapper. And to a certain extent, that's a natural thing because you're making the music. But like making the music is the heavy lifting.
Yeah.
As far as I'm concerned.
Very true.
So like, what do you feel like are the benefits for playing the background versus kind of identifying as a standalone artist?
I would probably say the anonymity in things, because when you're in the forefront, you're trying to push like, being an artist, there's a lot that comes with that. Like, especially nowadays with social media where everything is like visual, you know what I mean? But if you think about how things used to be in the 80s, 70s too, in the 90s, a lot of people didn't know who the producers were, but they were paid, you know what I mean? Like had consistent work. But I feel like when you get into the limelight of things, you have to uphold an image. And I feel like a lot of that came from it started really in the 2010s when people were just like, I don't feel like being in the background as a producer anymore. I want to be like that main dude. Think about people like Timbaland, Pharrell, like the Neptunes as well. Like they brought their whole sounds. They invited people to be on their albums, but they also had, the musicality, they had the catalog to do that. But it's very hard to do that when you don't have the total package, you know what I mean? So it's cool to be in the background. I understand like wanting to get your flowers and then like, be the face of things, but there's a lot that comes with that. And a lot of that is outside of music itself, which is the basis of everything.
Yeah.
The sound.
Like, I like when I feel that artists, like musicians, need a catalog or a repertoire or like a capacity for being up at the front if you want to be up at the front.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, because I know a lot of producers that we know, they don't just make beats. Some of them like write hooks or like they'll help with like the songwriting process so that it's like, almost like to justify like, I'm out here because I'm doing a lot. Like, I'm not just making the beats in the back and then like shipping them off. Like I'm helping craft the song. So, you know what I mean?
I did a lot of that when I lived in LA because I used to have sessions all the time where I invite people over to the crib and, they would struggle with writing or some stuff. And I'd be like, just write it like this or sing it like this. But it wasn't more so for me to be like, I'm doing everything. It's just, I'm filling in the blank spaces where,
it's collaboration.
Yeah.
I think that's natural. I personally prefer that shit. Because sometimes people have ideas that you never could, but like you may give me like a little something and I'll take off running with it.
Yeah.
So like, you know what I mean? Maybe I didn't write everything by myself, but
it's just sparking ideas.
It's a give and take.
Yeah.
It's necessary give and take. how does it feel like releasing your own projects? Because like, you know what I mean? Even though, you know what I mean, there's a playing of the background, so to speak, or a support role, you also release projects on your own of like beat tapes. Like, what is that like? What's that experience been like for you? Like pushing your own music?
It's been liberating because a lot of those songs that I release on my albums, they're from like a set amount of years. So it's good to like get all of that out. They may just be beats to some people, but for me, it's like actual songs. You know what I mean? So it's liberating. It's freeing. Nowadays, we don't have to go through any label. We don't need anybody but an internet connection to upload a song, get some artwork, and put that out to the world. We got Bandcamp, SoundCloud. We got services like DistroKid, TuneCore, CD Baby that allow you to be the leader for what it is that you're trying to push. And I think it's dope because there's so much good music coming out nowadays where it used to be very limited, you know, before the internet age, where you actually had to have some money to record in the studio. You had to have a budget. You know what I mean? You couldn't press things to CD. Before CDs existed, you had to do everything with straight vinyl or, you know, cassette tapes, which is, you know, also a good way to do it. But back then you had to have like a plan and a system. Nowadays it's just like you can make a song, finish it, and then upload it the next day to, you know, all these different services. And it's a plus and a minus in that, though.
Just like how you said you went on YouTube to learn certain things, like to make the song, the snippets you played. Like you could literally like go on YouTube and somebody could tell you, oh yeah, you could buy these things, you can buy this equipment, and then use it this way, and put out like from 0 to 100.
Yeah,
with releasing music.
Yeah, it really takes no effort at all to put music out. Like I said, that's a good thing and a bad thing because there's really talented people who have discovered who have no budget, just random artists. Then you got people who really don't care about the music, who are just like, I can make this song and upload it real quick because I want to like get some notoriety from it. But you just got to kind of figure out where you belong in that pack. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And see through that noise because there's like 90,000 songs that get uploaded on a daily basis nowadays. It's a lot of songs, bro.
It's a lot of music. Songs. I'm not envious of people having to go through all of that.
Yeah, no, bro. You got to see through that noise, man.
Yeah. Also feels like, do you ever feel like compelled to try to break through as a musician, as a standalone musician? Like, you know what I mean? Because like as a producer, you don't necessarily have to. You can like put beats in, you know what I mean? Put beats in the hands of vocalists. They can, you know what I mean, do their thing, and then put it out under their own initiative, right?
Yeah.
And that requires like the managing of an image and going through a lot of motions. Do you feel like you get to kind of sidestep that a little bit and just put out music for the sake of like you enjoy it? Like I just enjoy. I like cataloging, because you said that you make these projects based on a certain like time frame.
Yeah.
Do you feel like it's more like the stuff that you put out is more like cataloging and just dropping it, or is it like, do you want to create more of a front facing kind of engagement with fans and audience?
Yeah, I think it's a little bit of both. The reason why I got into producing was because I was in college. I was DJing, and I was getting at the tail end of like, you know, what I could do with that, or where I wanted to be with that. And I noticed a lot of people also wanted to start DJing. I started in high school, so I had a couple years under my belt when like the first DJ boom came up, and I was like, I kind of want to pivot because I don't want to just be another DJ. So YouTube brought me to FL Studio, and I was like, what is this? So I looked into it, and it was talking about it's a production software. So I was like, oh, that's dope. I want to do this. You know what I mean? And coincidentally, that same summer, I think it was after my sophomore year, I came back home to the DC area. I was in Louisiana at the time. Came back home, and one of my homies, they invited me to a selection event at U Street Music Hall. So I was like, I don't know who they are, but I'm gonna go and see what it's about. I had no idea it was like people playing just like random edits and remixes and flips that, you know, aren't known. Went there, and Andre Power, the co-founder of Selection, he was playing random remixes and flips, and I was like, oh, this is what I want to do. I want to be able to like DJ my own music, but it's like I wanted to kind of like be an artist, but also a DJ, but not a rapper. I wanted to play the songs that I had made, and then people invite me out to play like hour sets because I was doing 4 or 5 hour DJ sets, you know, at bars and clubs in Louisiana. And I was like, it's cool, but I wanted to create and curate something that felt more specified and, you know, niche rather than just playing whatever anybody else wanted to hear.
The new hotness on the radio at the time.
Right.
Yeah.
Playing a lot of Boosie, though. You know what I mean? Boosie, playing all that Louisiana music, bro. Bounce music is the best.
All right, that sounds fun. Like, I need to catch you DJing. Like, what, do you have you had any sets in the area recently?
I ain't DJed in over a year, bro, since the incident.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna get back into it though. I feel like what I'm doing nowadays, I do want to have this thing. I have this idea of renting out like a peer space and getting like multiple cameras, different angles, and just playing. Excuse me. And just playing my beats for an hour and a half. So I've been collecting a lot of stuff in the past few years to build up to like that perfect set. Because that's what inspired me to do that. You know what I mean? Like people like K-Tronada, all the selection dudes, all the dudes from like SoundCloud and like the 2013 to 2016 era, like they were all just like playing their own music out. You know what I mean? So I definitely will be doing that. Right now I'm in the phase of just like collecting for that experience and that, you know, curating that.
I definitely hear the influence of like those like SoundCloud selection era.
The GOATs.
Dog.
The golden era.
Dog.
The golden era of SoundCloud.
I think that's part of what like why we vibes because I have that I have an admiration for that as well. So like hearing it in your music is like that's why it's probably why like from the moment I heard your music I'm like nigga this is fire. Wait a minute, like because it feels like it reminds me of that while also feeling like not like a copycat. You know what I mean? It feels influenced without feeling like a copycat.
That's real.
Yeah,
it's like a subgenre because you can hear the influences in it, but like there's so many different sounds that came out of that era where it's like very hard to pinpoint like this is a SoundCloud sound. It's just like if you know, but if you don't know, then you don't know.
It just sounds different. You know what I mean? Like quote unquote different. But like if you have a taste for it or if you listen to those artists and you hear certain things that are like inspired by you, like it's almost like an aura around the music.
It is. You know what I mean? 100%.
Like there's an energy to it
and hear it, bro.
Yeah.
And crazy, like every single day, I think it was 2014, 2015. I would come home every day after classes and just get on SoundCloud. It'd be like 30 new joints from all these different producers. And I would have to sit there and go through every single one of them too.
They was cranking out so much.
Dog, especially this producer named Mr. Carmack, the GOAT. The GOAT. Yes. One of the GOATs in my eyes, man. He would put out these beat tapes that would be like every single song on the beat tape would be completely different from the one that came before it. Like he would have like some dubstep joints, or he would have like some hip hop inspired
diversity,
or like some soulful chord stuff. You know what I mean? Or like some very like poppy stuff. You know what I mean? Like it was a collection of sounds. Where I was like, oh, I don't have to be just this one type of producer. I can do all of this stuff, and it would be cool. You know what I mean? I miss those days, man. Great times.
It's time to do it. It's time for us to be those artists that we, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like where we're being that consistent and we're dropping stuff and challenging ourselves and like challenging the ear of the listener in those ways. Because like, it's interesting that like from project to project somebody sounds slightly different or completely different.
Yeah.
I find that shit fascinating. I've always found that shit fascinating. Like, because Kanye do it. Kendrick does it.
Kendrick does it very well.
Yeah. So like from project to project, there's a completely different feeling, a different tone and touch. But it still feels undeniably like that artist. And I think even in the producer realm, producers like Carmack can, you know what I mean? Like Mr. Carmack and who's somebody else that I feel like can like touch across different genres a little bit seamlessly. Katra can definitely do that.
Katra, heavily.
I think Sango has the range for that as well.
Sango's projects, man.
I think Sango got the range.
I like Sango a lot because of the fact that his albums are very inspired by like a certain place. So like he had a lot of the ballet funk stuff, early SoundCloud days. A lot of what he does now is like, gospel inspired or like Detroit techno inspired things. It's like he's really touching on specific times and places and putting that into his music. And that's why all his projects are different, because there's a different inspiration behind all of that. And as a producer, you have the range and the freedom to do that. Nobody really expects anything out of you. You know what I mean? It's just like, oh, what can they come up with now? Especially real fans.
Yeah, I feel like from vocal musicians, people kind of expect a consistency. Like, and I enjoy when people challenge that, but I see a lot of like people kind of formulate, all right, this is the sound and it's only one sound, and boom, like almost like a brand.
Yeah,
niggas be branding.
Literally.
Yeah, it's like, boom, this is the product, this is the brand, and this is what you can expect time and time again, as opposed to expect the unexpected, nigga.
That
like
part.
Lock in.
Yeah.
Buckle up. Expect the unexpected. We just gonna take you for a ride from project to project or from era to era.
And like you said, that's really up to us as artists to do that when it comes to our listeners, because our music, first and foremost, is for us and our self-expression. We can't allow anybody to be like, oh, I don't like this because it sounds different. It's like, okay, cool. I did my job. Like, I'm expressing myself. If you like it, you like it. If you don't, you don't. But at the end of the day, this is my art. It belongs to me. I'm glad you enjoy it. But also, this is for me and my soul and like what I'm trying to portray through these sounds. You feel me?
Yeah. Yeah. What are some ways that you feel like you've evolved as a musician so far? And then, like, off the top, because I know we've been having a conversation already, so I know I can hear like you was a DJ at first, you moved into being a producer, but like maybe some ways that you haven't spoken about. What are some ways that you've evolved thus far? And then what are some ways you plan on evolving moving forward?
I feel like my sound has changed based on the music that I study. So when I first started producing, it was strictly house music. I was making just house music. Like, I was sampling Harry Potter, video games to make house music. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, but
I'm trying to hear that, by the way.
I'm pretty sure I still got the files in one of my old Gmails. Send it to you.
Send that.
Terrible. Like, bro, absolutely booty cheek music. You know what I mean?
Booty butt cheeks?
Yeah, it was god awful. But every day I was just like, all right, let me study more things, because I know it's gonna be a journey. It's not gonna happen overnight. So I gotta like expose myself to all these different sounds, all these different genres of music. So that way, in 10 years, I can look back and be like, I'm glad that I did that day, because that sparked this idea that led to this, that led to that. But it's been a very like slow, organic like journey into what it is nowadays. I started out playing guitar, rototoms, taught myself drums, taught myself guitar when I was in middle school. So I already had that like musicality and like understanding of like, different genres, because it wasn't just like, R&B or hip hop. It was like go-go, funk, soul, a lot of rock, a lot of metal, a lot of punk. And from there, when I got to understanding like what producing was, I was like, oh, I can do all these different things because I have these people who are at the forefront of like the sound that I want to create. They're trying all these different things. So I would learn from them like, oh, he made this. Let me see if I can make that too. Or this person made that. Let me see if I can make that too. And nowadays, like I incorporate keys in everything that I play. I incorporate some type of like bass sound. I incorporate some type of like live drum sound because I want to like get that feeling. Like I grew up trying to be in a go-go band. So it's like, especially coming from this area, bro.
Everybody was trying to be in a go-go band growing up, bro.
Everybody had like a AAO or like a B2U or something. Like
yeah, some three letter syllable. Yeah, I know.
Yeah, I mean, it was easy to, but I'm glad I had that foundation because it taught me to think about music as a whole and not just like a song. It's like, oh, if we have vocals, we need vocals, but we have the backline, which was like the drummer, the percussion section. You got the guitarist, you got the bassist, you got all these different pieces of songs and music that just make this one record. So for me, it's like I don't have access. I mean, I do have access to all these different people that play these things, but I was like, I want to know how to play all of these instruments. So I would sit for a couple months, learn one joint, forget about it, but I would still have like that basis of like this sound that would, you know, come out in my music in different ways. So, and just being curious about like what that would sound like if I knew how to actually play this, and like people like D'Angelo who played 6 instruments, Prince 18 instruments, like these people, they did it all. So it's just like be inspired to do all of these things yourself. Like why not?
Yeah.
Why not? So that's one way that it's evolved, and how I plan on evolving is continuing to develop my voice. God help me. Continuing to develop my voice when it comes to being able to express myself through these different instruments, because that's the quickest way to make anything good, is to learn an instrument. You know what I mean? So because everybody plays an instrument differently, and it all depends on like your story, your voice, how you're feeling that particular day, and doing that consistently. And I feel like I'm getting to that point where I can kind of hear like my own sound coming out of these instruments rather than just me playing some random chords that I learned online.
Like guessing.
Yeah, like I'm not guessing no more. It's just like, oh, I know what I need to do. I know what I want to portray, but also being okay with not knowing the end result of things, just being open to like that musical process. Because you never want to box yourself in when it comes to music, because music is very expansive, and you can do
a lot.
You can literally do any sound that you have in your head, or any sound that's come out in the world. You can make that. You just have to like really tune in to like what that sound is, and be okay with like failing a few times, but you got to, in order to get to, you know, the good joints. You don't just make 10 good songs and 10 good sessions. You might get lucky and do that. You might 0 for 10, you know what I mean? Or you might go 1 for 10, but you got to be okay with like the journey to get to that point. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm with you. It's the more you know, the more you do, the more chances you got at making things that like hit for you. Because sometimes a lot of it's hit and miss and trial and error. So
Facts.
Yeah. Okay. I want to change tempo a little bit.
Word.
You cool playing a game?
Let's do it.
You sure?
Like Squid Games type game?
Yeah. You might die.
I'm good.
Nah, I'm playing.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's run it.
All right, bet. You ready?
Yeah.
You do not seem ready.
No, I don't know. I was trying to prepare myself before I came up with this joint.
You'll be fine.
All right, let's get it.
All right. So it's a word game. We gonna fly the game in right quick. Float that mug in. It's gonna look like a UFO. Thumbs up.
Where's the Z?
Ain't no Z. Congratulations. It's a word game, right? Real simple. There's gonna be a topic.
Okay.
And every word that we choose to say in the game, it has to be within the topic.
Okay.
There's a 10-second timer. So it starts 10 seconds. And you have to pick a letter, press it down, and say a word that starts with the letter that fits the topic.
Okay.
Before the bell rings.
All right.
Real easy. So we're going to do a sample round.
All right, let's get it.
The sample round is song titles.
Ooh, okay.
Yeah, because I mean, you know, all types of song titles. It should be easy. You ready?
Yeah.
All right. So, WAP.
Euphoria.
You got it.
Oh,
So you just say Euphoria.
Super Rich Kids.
Super Rich Kids. Okay. Gray Matter. Oh no, Pink Matter.
Damn, this is crazy.
Mm-hmm.
The Light.
Ah, that was good because it's the Black Skinhead.
Me, Myself, and I.
All Falls Down.
Oh my lord.
Haha.
No, come on. There's so many songs. Damn. Okay, I get it. I understand it now.
I understand it now.
I understand it now.
So you ready for the real round?
Yeah, that's right.
All right. Bet. The topic of the real round is Your favorite producers.
Okay.
You ready?
If I lose this,
That's hilarious. Yeah, you should not lose.
I'm dropping out. I'm not even in school. All right, let's do it.
Taariq Elliott.
Bro, really?
Hi, nigga.
Jay Dilla.
Hit the button. Kanye West.
Madlib.
Alchemist.
Rich Harrison.
What's his name? Fauntleroy? I think it's how you pronounce his name. Derringer. Okay. Soundwave. Ooh. He finna drop out. For real.
Damn, bro.
Got you, nigga.
That was good. Okay.
Hey, yo.
Damn.
Thanks for playing the game.
I lost?
Oh, yeah, you lost.
Round?
Yeah, that's it.
Word.
Congratulations.
Okay, thank you, man. Thank you, bro. Sometimes you gotta take those L's.
Yeah, and actually, my next one was gonna be Louis Elastic, so I was ready to keep going. Like I got more names to go, nigga. It's nothing.
I be thinking about like my Spotify playlist and just like trying to go through the songs. I'm like, who produced this?
Yeah,
but it's hard to do that on a spot.
And there's no cue, so Quincy Jones couldn't be in the list.
Right. I was thinking Willie Hutch. I'm like, that's a movie character, bro. Like,
that's hilarious. Not Willie Hutch.
Sound like a nigga granddaddy. Willie James Hutch.
That do sound like a nigga granddaddy. So now that I've collected my W,
crazy,
and you have rightfully pocketed that L. You ready for the next section?
Let's get it.
All right, it's real simple. You pick up that card, and then you just let us know what do you have to say to the person on the other side of that card.
Okay.
You ready?
Yeah. Hey, yo, this is crazy. Can I show the camera?
Yeah, you can definitely show the camera. Who that is, what that is.
Man, this was me in college. The backstory behind this is that my roommate used to work for Red Bull. So we would get invited to these little events, but they had one for people to sign up where it was DJ versus DJ, but you weren't DJing, you were DJing from songs in your playlist. So you would have a category and you would go up against somebody, and whoever had the best song or crowd reaction from the song they played based on the category, you would win that round. So I won the whole thing, obviously. You know
so it was a playlist DJ battle?
It was a playlist DJ battle put on by Red Bull. We got flown out to the joint in New Orleans. This was in Baton Rouge. We didn't get flown out. We drove to my car. But it sounds better getting flued out. But yeah, we played. It was I think it was like 8 rounds. And I won the whole thing obviously because I had I think like close to 5,000 songs on my old laptop that I had for DJing. So I had just access to anything, you know what I mean? But what I would say to them is keep doing what you gotta do, man. Like I was during this time period, like my GPA had slipped because I didn't like business school. I knew that I wanted to do music, but that was my sophomore year. I wanted to drop out and, you know, go to a different school, study music. But I was like, I can't do that because one, it's expensive. 2, you know, parents, you know what I mean? Like it's not that easy. So I just stayed in my room, did the bare minimum when it comes to school, kept teaching myself producing, and just seeing the vision through. Like I knew what I wanted to do. I knew where I wanted to be at. So, you know, I think 3-4 years from that picture, I was in LA. I was making music down Beezy because it was expensive out that joint. You know what I mean?
Down Beezy.
Down
bad.
Yeah, it was crazy. So yeah, to Lil Taariq in Louisiana, man, just keep doing what you got to do. Keep studying the sound. Keep studying the craft. Keep being a student, and you know, keep being curious.
Hey man, I love it.
Oh, and stay away from the girls down there because of the trouble.
Feel like
maybe I was trouble. I don't know.
Yeah, that's a whole story. I'm gonna ask you about that later.
No.
On some homie time. My nigga, thank you for coming through.
Oh man, I appreciate it.
I appreciate you, son. Like, yeah, this is This has been a pleasure, as always.
For sure.
And this has been the Snippet. This has been Taariq Elliott. Taariq Elliott. I swear to God, I'm going to continue to get your name right. Because it ain't just Taariq. Like, I get the way that it's spelled, but it's pronounced Taariq.
Actually, it's pronounced Taariq in Arabic.
Taariq?
But with, the black accent, Ebonics.
All right,
so my folks being from the South, we say Taariq.
I've been getting the double wrong. Wait a minute.
Taariq. My dad says Taariq. That's like the way to say it, but my mom says Taariq. And I'm just like, Taariq, whatever flows off the tongue that day. Taariq.
And I'm Nomad the Native. I appreciate y'all for sticking with us and rocking with us. I'll catch you next week. Next week, same place, same time. Be cool. Hey, son. Thanks for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed this episode. And if so, then comment, like, subscribe, follow, disagree, whatever. I mean, this is a show by the artist for the artist. So, if you want to be featured, just hit us. Ain't nothing but an email or a DM away. Until next time. Peace.